Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation, Jaitsari Mahalla Panjwa, Guru Arjan Dev Ji. The recitation. Jaitsari Mahalla Panjwa, Chatrik Chitvat Barsat Menh, Kripa Sindh Karuna Prabh Tharo, Har Prem Bhagat Ko Neh Rahao. Anek Sukh Chakvi Nahi Chahat, Anant Puran Pekh Deh, Ani Upav Na Jeevat Meena, Bin Jal Marna Te. हम अनाथ नाथ हर सरणी अपनी कृपा करें, चरण कमल नानक आराध है, तिस बिन आन न कहें. A short passage, but it traces the evolution of consciousness, if you will, through metaphors of Chatrik, Chakvi, Meena. We are talking about the rainbird, the sheldrake, the fish, as metaphor for the states of the mind. So in the opening Rahao, the reflection, the Guru is saying, just as the rainbird yearns in anticipation of the rain, Chatrik Chitvat Barsat Menh, so the heart waits for that ocean of grace and compassion. Kripa Sindh Karuna Prabh Tharo, Har Prem Bhagat Ko Neh, so that the indwelling sovereign may gift us the quality of love and devotion. So the Rahao is capturing its message in an image that is a cherished symbol of devotional love within the Indian context. It is that of a Chatrik, also called a papiha, yearning for that singular drop of bread, the Swanti Bund, which alone will satisfy it. So the imagery of the bird looking skyward, refusing to drink from the ground or from ponds or lakes, is actually a pointed reminder for us. While our inner being yearns for the water of wisdom directly from the source, as the Chatrik does, but unlike the Chatrik, we get distracted by the stale waters of the world. So ponds and oceans are here just symbols of things that are already there. The Chatrik wants it directly. It does not look elsewhere. And then this illustration continues with the Chakvi, the female ruddy sheldrake, the sheldrake. Anek sukh chakvi nahi chahat. Various comforts do not satisfy the Chakvi, or you could say that the Chakvi, the sheldrake, does not desire anything. Anand Puran Pekh Dehe, her joy is made full when the sun comes out and gives her the light of awareness. She becomes aware of her male counterpart because she cannot see otherwise. Similarly, An Upav Na Jeevat Meena, the fish cannot live or sustain itself through any other effort. Bin jal marna te hain, because it is held within the source. It is the source. So you see, the sheldrake, the story is that it spends each night apart from her mate, waiting for the first light of dawn. And through the endless darkness, she is not distracted at all by anything, and nothing will soothe her but the promise of reunion. Anandapuran comes only when dawn arrives. The metaphor of the fish, simply that the fish has no existence without water. Without connection to our source, we are as good as dead, because we lack that vitalizing breath of life, which we spoke of in an earlier Sabad, Naam. There was a plea for that. And so the Guru says, Hum anath nath har sarni apni kripa kare. Charan kamal nanak arad hai, tis bin aan na kehe. We are orphans without the self, without the source. And yet, in its mercy, that source, the presence, shelters us. And Nanak lives anchored in the grounding feet of the self. Charana Kamal Nanak Aradne. This has been an nakke, for beside this presence, the source, there really is nothing else. So you see, this Shabad uses these metaphors to give us this very subtle progression that traces the deepening relationship between the self and the self, if you will, the seeker and the divine. Guruji is moving through a sequence of mirrors that stage spiritual awakening. It is indeed an evolutionary map of consciousness. It begins with the rainbird, thirst, the awakening of individual resonance, if you will. The ego mind realizes that it is parched, and it starts to reject stale worldly water. This is the state of tension that arises. And then the chakvi, it shifts from the arising of that feeling from longing to perception. The tension of thirst gives way to the light of awareness, the light of the sun. And this is when the sun comes out, that the infinite comforts of life, as we know it, of the world, are revealed as shadows. So now consciousness has become the tattaka peta, the witnessing, the knower, and the fish is totally immersed. This is the awakening. Consciousness realizes that it isn't a separate entity. The source is not separate. And then there is grounding. Charana Kamal Aradha. That soaring consciousness, the celestial visions that we have, are brought into a grounding feet. It is the realization that the highest state of consciousness is a stable, everyday presence. The orphan is gone. What remains is a mind anchored in foundational truth. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.